everyone, my name is Tarwen from the Autumn Rose, and today I'm going to be showing you guys another tutorial on a synth that I have entitled Sci-Fi Wobble. This is another synth that I've put together. It's actually pretty bloody awesome, I think. And we're gonna go through it today. And this is exactly what it sounds like. Yeah. So let's start talking let's start with oscillator A, and then we'll go through all the oscillators and all the processing and blah, 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 blah. Okay? We're good. All right, so first things first, you're going to want to go into your analog, wavetable presets and pick Fiddle Fee. Reason being is that this is a very subby kind of wave, I would say. Like it's very similar to that of a sine wave, although a bit distorted, but yes. And what you're gonna do is macro, just like last time. Unison 3, detune at 25%, blend at 75, phase at 180. Default random phasing. 75% of volume. Your warp for oscillator A should be bend, plus it should be at like around 50%. Yeah, 46%, all the way to 100. Also mapped over to macro 1. Your wavetable should be completely from 0 to 100, also mapped by my macro 1. Okay, so for oscillator B, you should go into your spectrals, because dubstep, yes, and choose Grimace, and your wavetable position should be mapped to macro, and your B warp should be to macro as well. These should be pretty default settings, except your unison should be 3. And your B warp should be pulse width modulation. And should be Alt Shift. I think it's Alt Shift click. Yeah. Alt Shift click. That way it starts from the middle and it goes back and forth. It just sounds better, I think. Also map to macro, like just every single change that you do, change it over to macro 1. All right, for sub, what we're going to have is a pulse width at a pulse wave. I think it's 25%. Direct that out, and it should be at a level of 32%. This is just kind of adding kind of a little filter. PN12, you're going to go into multi and select PN12. That would be peak notch. Your cutoff should be at 53 hertz, and it should be all the way to 63%. I believe it is 63 notches. Your resonance should be at 30%. Drive should actually be at 14. And your filter variation should be at 79%, and then going backwards to 60 points. Both of these should be over at macro. And let's go into further processing. So what you're going to be having is hyperdimension, distortion, and filter. Let me actually show you guys what it should sound like so far without any of the processing. Yeah. So first off, hyperdimension. You should be going complete rate dropped. I've explained this in the other video, or with mine on the scene vocals dubstep growl thing. But this behaves much like flanger or phaser, in which if you take out the rate completely and play with the depth, you can change what it does regardless of what it does. So keep that in mind, because you can do that with this. So now it should sound a little bit like this before I actually tell you guys what the parameters are. You should start at 7% and then work your way all the way up to 25. Right, 25 notches up. 50% mix, 35% mix on dimension, and 50% mix on size. So this is what it should sound like. Yep. Good. Next up, you're going to be wanting to put on distortion. You're actually going to be having this on asymmetrical. You're going to be starting at about 16% and moving up 18 points. Mix should be at 65%. And this is what it should sound like currently. Just adds a little bit more of a flavor to it, I think. And next up is filter. This is probably going to be the more important one. This is what makes it. The combs, I love combs. I bloody love combs. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to miscellaneous, and you're going to go into combs. And what you're going to do is you're going to set your effects filter frequency to 1420 and have it come all the way back 40 points. This is in the reverse. Also, macro. You get my idea. You get my drift. Your resonance should be 20%. Drive should be nothing. Damping should be 68%, and all the way mixed. And this is what it's going to sound like. That's before automation. With automation, however, we get some pretty interesting styles going on. All right. I did add a little bit of a chain going on. I did add some OTT, which is multiband compression. I put this at, like, here's my parameters. Depth at 86, time at 721, input gain at -1.4, output gain by -1.4. I could show you where I do this. Oh, gain H, gain M. Here we go. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna have your threshold at 112%. For the highs, for your mids, you're gonna have it at 84%. For the mids, and for your low threshold, it should be at 200%. This actually gets the least amount of compression, I believe, and then so on and so forth. So in reality, your high end's gonna have the most compression. No, actually, no, it just has the lowest threshold in reality. Oh, it's actually really not all that compressed, really. Well, to my standards. Your gain for each one should be, for the low, it should be at 73%. Your gain for the middle should be 35%, and your gain for the highs should be 178%. Now it comes to filter. Filter, I didn't really do much with this, I believe. Yeah, it was just for cinematic effect. And so right now because over here it's like coming in. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I know I've been having a great time for this. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video. I am doing this for some reason. I'm just trying to have some fun. Alright, I'm so low. Have a blessed day, guys.